Laura is a free spirit.
Have you ever met her? She been on the stream?
No, ew.
Laura,
you don't ever bring conservatives on the stream?
I do sometimes, but like
Not the ghouls.
very, very rarely.
Yeah.
I'd rather go meet them in like a third area. Like I don't want to bring them to my house.
In your home, yeah.
Anyway, we're moving on to the mass protests that have taken place. There's also this. Trump's DHS erroneously sent an email to Ukrainians legally living in the U.S. under a humanitarian program telling them their status had been revoked and they had 7 days to leave the country or the federal government will find you. I guess they are, they're getting ready. I don't know. It's erroneous today. Might not be erroneous tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Well as massive government job cuts and human rights. ABC's Christian Cordero is in Washington where one of the largest protests happened. Good morning, Christian.
Hey, Janae, good morning. So through every move, the administration has said it is acting on a mandate from the American people. Well, hundreds of thousands of people took to streets yesterday to have their voices heard.
This morning, chants from coast to coast after Saturday's hands-off protest drew in more than 1 million people, organizers say, across some 1,200 rallies.
I have some interesting thoughts on this. And I think many of you attended these protests all around the country, and I'm very proud of you for participating in this, for demonstrating. And I think many of you that attended these protests probably saw something that I saw as well. I'll get to it in a second. Let's see how the media covers it first.
San Francisco and Seattle, from Los Angeles and Lincoln, Detroit to Denver, and right here.
Update. I mentioned some time ago that I was a Jew that learned of the evils of Israel from you and then changed my perspective on them. I have since convinced the rest of my Jewish family to critically look at how insanely Nazi Israel has become, and they're all happily anti-Zionist now. Hell yeah, chatter. Keep up the good work. Why aren't Latinos included on these protests? What do you mean?
In Washington, D.C., where an estimated 100,000 people filled the National Mall.
We all have something that we're upset about.
17 minutes.
And they're all important things.
Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency has spent weeks making major cuts to the federal workforce with the goal of shrinking the government and saving billions in federal funds. His latest target, the Peace Corps. Sources tell ABC News Doge members entered Peace Corps headquarters Friday to begin a review of their system. Amid the Doge cuts, unemployment in March increased, the economic uncertainty keeping people like Stan Prusik up at night.
47 years.
So what's really interesting about the protests, at least from my experience, my estimation, as someone who participated in the D.C. protests and walked around the Capitol, was that the hands-off protests and the hands-off protests overall were very liberal. Like they were, their focus was on a lot of the things that I think liberals have gotten frustrated by in general. Which isn't to say that they're wrong, by the way. I'm not saying that they're wrong at all. Like, obviously, there's some parts of the overall perspective that hands off demonstrated, where they were like, hands off my NATO, which I think is f***ing insane. It's an insane statement to make. No mention of Gaza in the top line argument whatsoever. No mention of the genocide. And I think that they did that because they... The organizers did that specifically because they wanted to make this as like a Democratic Party friendly as possible so that politicians would go and speak at these rallies and legitimize these rallies, which I think is a mistake. This does not mean that those people that were participating in these rallies did not care about Israel, by the way. They certainly did. Okay, this does not mean that these massive protests did not have like more radicalized elements within them. They certainly had it. However, the one thing that I noticed was that these protests in the DC, at least, the liberal protests that were happening, the hands-off protests that were happening, were side by side with the anti-Israel protests that took place that I spoke at, and the pro-Palestinian protest that I spoke at was significantly younger and much more diverse. Whereas the hands-off rallies were the participants of the hands-off rallies were a lot older and mostly white. Now, once again, I'm not saying that those guys don't have an opinion on Gaza. I'm sure they do, and plenty of them were even, wearing keffiyehs. And what's interesting to me is that the convergence of both of these issues could create mass popular momentum, because it would rebuild the Democratic coalition with the demographics that actually support historically the Democratic Party. But that would require the Democratic Party to change its narrative on Israel, or its reluctance to ever criticize Israel. Just something that I saw that I found to be interesting.
47 years of savings. And, I just started Social Security, and, I'd like to enjoy, it's time to me to enjoy life.
The protest stirs across party lines.
We are standing up and saying in this moment we will organize and mobilize, and we are ready. 2 years, not 4. 2.
I find it, I like the issues that they're talking about, by the way, I'm not undermining at all. They are very significant. Mass layoffs, Doge, anti-Elon sentiment, all of that is perfectly valid. So don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But I do think it's interesting that even these protests, which are like the demographics that the Democratic Party has maintained as its base of support, educated, white, wealthier liberals on average, that are upset about the things that they see in the news, all of those people were still very much surrounded by wine moms, white wine moms that were wearing keffiyehs, white wine moms that were rocking with Luigi Mangione. For every I'm done drinking wine, I should be at brunch instead of this style protester with silly ass, liberal ass protest placards. There were plenty of people who were championing Luigi Mangione. When you got wine moms championing Luigi Mangione, things are changing, okay? That is a sign that the times are changing. That's a sign that the attitude is shifting. Something that I also pointed to even in the pro-Palestinian demonstration, where one of the HasanAbi heads, who is a Jewish Voice for Peace person, okay, she had a placard where she had the red triangle inside of the Star of David. Now, that is critical support for militant resistance against the state of Israel. Jewish Voice for Peace has not been historically known for offering critical support to militant resistance against the state of Israel. So that also is a shift in the attitude. What's up? Oh, y'all are here already? Wait, I also ordered... Fuck, I didn't realize you guys were going to come right now. So I ordered a bunch of stuff. What did you get? Oh, you got me something? Okay. What did you get me? What is this? Pro Cell? Oh, this is sick. Bozu. No, it's all good. No, this is a sick gift. Thank you. What's up? What's up?
You know Chi?
What? Yeah, we met at DNC. Yeah.
Right here?
Hold on. Let me. No. I'm gonna fix a couple things up real quick, and then we're gonna. What I would do, I think, is here. You guys are gonna sit on those. There's another one over there, the small one, and it's because unfortunately we don't have a lot of. What? Yeah, I'm gonna move over here, and then I'm gonna unshackle the noise gate.
What are you guys talking about? The protest?
The protest, yeah. What do you got in that bag? For what? What are you gonna film?
Fun.
What are you gonna film?
Surprise. We're not gonna say yet. Well, I'm glad nothing bad happened at the protest yesterday. Then.
What do you mean? He spoke. It was terrible.
Wow. Wait. You gotta come in a little bit more into the. Yeah. No. It's not dark. Trust me. Look. See. I guess it's a little dark.
Or I could just crank this a little bit.
Yeah.
It is.
Did you speak?
7 right
No, I didn't speak. They would never have me speak. Are you kidding?
Wait. Why? Why would they not have you speak?
Because I would
You're
instruct
dangerous.
them.
You would what?
You instruct them?
Instruct them to do what?
Storm the Capitol?
No, yeah. I would say let's go storm the Capitol right now.
Okay, I'll be my real back.
I'll make, yeah. Alex would be out there being like, I'll make January 6th look like a tickle party. That's what he told me. He's a scary guy.
That is what I said.
You shouldn't be.
I know. No,
You shouldn't be hanging out.
We hang out twice a year, and it's in controlled environments. So.
Yeah. So, hold on here. I'll show you.
Oh my
Twitter
god, my
as
shit's
well.
on the stream.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
there it is.
Wow.
We have Alex LolOverruled in the building, and we have Ossé as well. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Okay, Ossé as well. We have, this is politics in action here, ladies and gentlemen, folks. Chi and I met at the DNC a while back when I was there before they kicked my ass out. And we are gonna hang out a little bit. I ordered food for myself. I didn't even realize you guys were gonna be here at this point. I thought you were gonna come in
at 3 o'clock, the time that I told you.
Well, I said 4 after, but I didn't realize it was already 3.
I'm just following his instructions.
But I ordered a bunch, so there's enough for you guys as well. I ordered from, let's see, it's on the way actually. Ozatar.
Yeah.
Mediterranean?
Yeah, Ozatar East Village. That's what I ordered.
You double checked what kind of Mediterranean?
Oh no, I would never. Oh, you mean like Israeli? It's got Zatar in the name. I doubt.
You're like staying right across the street from one of the best Chinese restaurants in the city.
Oh, the dim sum place?
No, Wu's Wonton King.
Oh, Wu's Wonton. Okay.
Have you been there before?
No, the guy at the front desk said it's really good.
Yeah.
And also, I told you, I gave you some ideas of where you could stay, and you said, no, I want to stay in Dime Square. That's where I want to stay.
Well, it's
because I want to I
want
to get clouded up in Dime Square. That's what you said to me exactly. Those were the words.
This is entirely Noah Colwyn's fault. He is the one who chose this hotel, but I don't hate it. I mean, it's very hip. It's definitely a very hip hotel. I came in. There's a speaker in this hotel room, and there was music playing, and I had to call the front desk and be like, "How do I turn off the speaker?"
Did someone come up?
No, they told me where it was. The controls for the speaker is like in the fucking minibar in the back over there.
They
inside of the closet.
This area is not as cloudy as it used to be. We were just talking about it because they got rid of the outdoor dining. So
yeah,
the cool people can't flock as much.
I did like that though when they had the outdoor
stuff. Yeah, me too. The city council got rid of it.
That's your fault.
Yeah, why did you do that?
You know, it was a confusing.
Are you the youngest? Wait, were you the youngest person on city council?
Yeah, I got elected at 23 years old.
Wow.
I'm 27 now. Still the youngest in the city council.
Wow.
Yeah.
I increased the audio chat. You guys can hear us a little bit better this way, I think. Looks like Zatar is Lebanese, so you guys are good. Yeah. I mean, Noah, like, I'm Turkish, so when even before BDS or that those sorts of considerations, like when I look at a Mediterranean, Middle Eastern restaurant, I will look to see if it's like actually Greek first.
Yeah. You got to call sometimes.
And Noah suggested a restaurant, and he was like, "This is really good. You should get it." And I looked it up, and it was like it was Greek, so I was like, "Nah, I'm not getting that." That's why I got this place instead.
Every time you are ordering from a elusive Mediterranean restaurant, you got to go to the website, go to the About page. That really gives you an accurate description of what
I'm
you're
not trying to eat. I'm not trying to eat dog shit, you know?
You're right.
But yeah. Okay, so we could do the thing. We could go to Chinatown.
Okay.
But you said you don't have a Chinese person to come with us.
That's not what I
said. That's literally what he said.
That's not what
That's crazy.
Said.
That's not what I said.
I'm literally Chinese.
I am too.
Are you?
Yeah, in my heart. I'm yeah. Technically, I mean,
You're not technically Chinese.
I'm literally Chinese.
Not you.
Okay.
Wait, really?
Yeah. My grandmother's from Hong Kong.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's sick.
A quarter Chinese, Blasian gang.
Oh God, I'm so jealous. No, I'm also technically white Chinese. Think about it. Maternal, my mother's maiden name. What is it? Uyghur.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Silk Road.
Yeah. So technically, my ancestors come from Xinjiang, at least on one side.
There you go.
That's how I'm coping with it.
Have you done the ancestors?
You're just jealous, dude.
I'm not jealous.
You're jealous. I can see the resentment in your eyes.
Streamer with Chinese characters.
You're fucking staring at me with so much unrestricted jealousy.
I'm not.
That's crazy.
You're with two Chinese people then.
Yeah.
We can go to Chinatown.
We can go to Chinatown.
I don't think you guys make one full Chinese person.
Maybe half a Chinese person. Right?
How dare you?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What
Don't
if
make-
one of my friends comes? They're from Taiwan though.
Okay, they're Chinese. The fuck?
Well,
What are we
What do you
talking
mean, well? They're still. What would they be if they're from Taiwan? What would their ethnicity be?
Taiwan, Chinese, I guess.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I don't think Taiwanese people
No,
like that.
I mean, they're still Han Chinese. Like that's at least that's what my aunt says. Is she's fucking from
She's
Taiwan.
Taiwanese?
Yeah.
Your aunt's Taiwanese?
Yeah.
So you are, I guess,
But
Taiwanese.
I'm not aunt like my aunt that married my uncle.
There's a lot of Chinese. I feel like there's a lot of what is it? You're baiting a little bit right now. You're Asian baiting.
Am I?
Asian
I-
fishing?
Asian
fishing?
fishing. Yeah, Asian fishing.
Transracial?
Yeah, I'm doing RTCA, race changed, or RCTA, race changed to Asian.
Is that
You're like Emma Stone in that movie where what's that?
what? Yeah, she was Asian in a movie, right?
Yeah, in like
Are you talking about Scarlett Johansson?
there's so many.
No, it was
Yeah.
Scarlett
So many.
Johansson, right? Not Lucy, right? Lucy wasn't Asian.
I thought Emma Stone did it too.
Yeah.
They're kind of the same a little bit, but one of them was in an Asian fishing moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, wait. Okay, yeah. There's an arcade in Chinatown we could go to.
We don't even have to go there. We could just like walk around,
Chinatown,
check it
come
out.
down. Yeah.
I'm surprised
But
you
I
ordered
have to-
food. We should have gotten food.
I know. We'll taste it and then we'll have a little bit of it because yeah, Taiwan is ethnic Chinese. They were occupied by Japan for 300 years ago, so probably got a lot of that. And then don't know who they were before indigenous. Yes, there's a indigenous population that's very small, but yes.
So Hasan, you're getting involved in the mayoral race.
Yeah, I'm running for mayor.
Yeah.
Well, my people, not the Chinese, but the Turkish.
Why not the Chinese though?
Well, because I'm specifying because I am Chinese as well. But my people, the Turks, have been involved heavily in the mayoral race
They
already.
have. They
And
have.
they secured a major victory with spiritual Turk
Yeah.
Eric Adams.
New York City is
So-
the Istanbul of America, right?
Yeah. So in some ways, I'm actually there. This is a gotcha moment. You know, Zoran doesn't know it yet, but I'm gonna be like, I'm here on behalf of the Turkish coalition.
Yeah.
Like, will you give us the same assurances that Eric did?
Offer him a flight, a plane
Yeah.
ticket.
Yeah.
discount flights. That's not free.
That's what I'm here
Not
for.
free.
I'm working. Yeah, not free. Make up a number like $200. But that's what I'm actually here for. I'm actually here to make sure that the bond between the New York mayor
Yeah.
and Turkey remains as strong as it has been.
You got to sit down with Cuomo too, then.
I don't want to do that.
No,
Well,
and
she
then
actually
offer him
came
the
here
same trip to
because
Turkey.
He was saying on the way up that he came here to endorse. Cuomo.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
I'm
crazy.
absolutely not. I'm not endorsing.
Official endorsement.
I am absolutely not endorsing Cuomo for mayor in any way, shape, or form.
I'm gonna ask Zoran directly. Will you deny the Armenian genocide? I'm a single issue voter.
crazy.
Please deny the Armenian. Or no, what was it? The text messages were, can you please not make a statement about the Armenian
Who
genocide?
said that?
Oh, the Turkish envoys.
That's what they were saying.
Oh,
to,
that was
to
one
Eric
of
Adams.
the. Yeah, that's,
oh, wow.
No,
It's dense.
the demands were so like. It made me kind of sad and embarrassed
Yeah.
because like, you know, if you're anyone who's interested in like defending the interests of Israel, you can just like get away with saying whatever, you know, making like whatever demands you have.
Right.
But with Turkey, the demands were, it's okay if you recognize the Armenian genocide, just don't say anything about it. Like that was so like low effort. Like
I don't understand why he did multiple trips out there. Like that's the only confusing part. Like I understand like one trip is.
yeah, they got
maybe
fire
so,
alarm
but, like,
permits. Like that's all they got.
Yeah, I know.
All of the
the things
glazing,
you could get.
all the bribery, and you just got the embassy building to
Yeah.
fucking not have any permits. Like sick.
But I'm not endorsing Cuomo. That's a promise.
Oh, okay. We were worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought maybe you would.
I wasn't worried.
Can you imagine?
I think we need someone with a strong vision for New
Yeah.
York City.
Start to coalesce the left for Cuomo. Leftist for Cuomo.
Absolutely. I think the food is here. I'm gonna call up the.
Chi, Chi, what are you working on now?
What am I working on right now? I just passed a huge bill in the city council that would ban broker fees from being forced onto tenants. as you know and made a video about.
I do. Can you explain what's a broker?
Yeah, so in New York City, when you're a prospective tenant looking for an apartment, 9 times out of 10, you find an apartment on your own, whether through word of mouth, from a friend, Street Easy. I'm sure you've done all of this. And you show up to your lease signing when you find your home, and your landlord is forcing you to pay this broker fee to a broker who you never hired. And these broker fees range from 15 to 30% of your annual rent. So say you're looking to move into an apartment that's $22.50 a month, right? Not only are you paying first month's rent, security deposit, but your landlord's forcing you to pay a broker's fee that can be 1 month's month. Hasan peeing in the bag.
Loud ass stream.
Double stream.
Nothing. Yeah, it's loud. It's like Niagara Falls. My God.
But listen, these broker fees just make housing like 10 times more expensive. And last year, we were able to beat the real estate lobby. They were putting millions and millions and millions of dollars of trying to beat us in passing this bill, and we passed it. So tenants in New York in June will not be forced to pay broker fees anymore.
That's pretty incredible considering like how powerful the real estate lobby is in New York City.
I always say that, you know, what the oil lobby is to Texas, the real estate lobby is to New York City. And that's why they're spending a lot of money in this mayoral race. They're trying to take out progressive council members, and they were trying to beat the bill that we got passed.
And right now, I saw you're working on a bill about bathrooms. There are no public bathrooms. In New York City.
So the lead sponsor of the bill, Councilmember Sandy Nurse, shout out Sandy, is passing a bill soon. I'm a co-sponsor of the bill that will create a citywide network of public restrooms. It's impossible to take a shit in New York City unless you
This is true. It's
you
really
have to
true.
pay money to take a shit.
Going to a
All
restaurant.
of the bathrooms that you see around the city are either closed or dirty. You know, I know that Eric Adams defunded the Parks Department, so this bill would expand the amount of public restrooms in the city.
Yeah.
It's so terrible, the experience of using the bathroom in New York for anything. I know you are very familiar with that.
Because I'm just
You're just always shitting around the city.
Shitting around the city. That's true, yeah.
But that's a bill that I'm a proud co-sponsor of. I'm also trying to get this bill passed this year that will ban the NYPD Strategic Response Group from infringing on nonviolent protests, offending our First Amendment right. I have 20 out of 51 city council members signed on to the bill. Call your city council member if you live in New York and tell them to sign on to the bill. It's called Curb Act. Shout out the Curb Act. Let's get it passed.
Cool.
Yeah. What are you working on?
I'm just hanging out, honestly.
Yeah, that's cool. Your Substack is like blowing up. Yeah.
Yeah. It's good.
That's great. You make money off of that?
I pay my rent with it.
That's great.
Really? Yeah.
That's terrific.
It's pretty cool.
I hear Substack's like that's the thing right now, right? Hasan, do you have a Substack?
He doesn't know how to write or read.
I don't know. I'm not literate.
Yeah. Shout out
Yeah.
Substack though. That's great.
Don't give him. He takes up enough space.
What?
Who?
Oh,
You don't
are
need to
you
be on
worried? I'm gonna.
Substack.
You worried?
What are you gonna write
He's
about?
gonna take your fans on Substack.
You're not gonna write about culture. Are you gonna write about LeBron every week?
You eating right now?
Are you saying I'm cultureless?
Me and Marsh were actually talking about this when we were having a delightful lunch together.
What are you guys talking about? I got baklava for you guys.
You got Israeli pita.
Okay, no. Not even on some BDS shit. Like I'm saying, like it's just. I'm not eating no dog shit. Wait, no.
Did they leave?
Oh no,
out?
they did.
You got some baklava.
I'll have some of that. Delicious Lebanese food.
Yeah. I got a fuck ton of chicken, so I think you guys...
I just lifted today. I'm trying to get like Hasan.
Yeah. Oh, that's the... Yeah, you lift.
I
do
lift.
Like crazy... Bro, just going straight for the baklava before he even tries the food.
He doesn't want any of the other food.
I want baklava.
That looks good.
God damn. That's a good presentation, boys. Oh my God. I'm fucking stoked.
That looks fire.
That's a lot of chicken.
Yeah, I need protein.
Yeah. Are you working out while you're here?
No.
You should come lift. If you're in the city tomorrow, come lift at my gym.
He's leaving.
Come on.
I am...
Jack, do you want him to stay for one more day and go to Wall Street?
That's what I was planning on doing, but it's better
to interview people who are going to be jumping off the building.
Are you leaving? You're giving away the surprise?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
You just said it.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Wait, it's
That's
not
crazy.
a surprise. I think I brought it up that I was planning on doing that.
Going to the Wall Street?
Yeah,
to see
going
the
to
crash
Wall
out?
Street to see to fucking Bloody Monday, but
You think it's gonna be crazy?
oh, there's no utensils, bro. Get out of here.
Call room service. Is there a kitchen here?
No, hold on. I'm gonna see if the minibar.
So we got some
I'm sorry.
rarely grilled chicken, some za'atar fries.
Yeah, the fries are bomb. All right, I got. Shit. Damn it.
What are we talking about in the chat? Someone said eat with your hands. Someone wants to fuck those fries up.
Do you have water?
Do I have water?
No.
Can you pass me my matcha? The Saratoga spring water. I'm dead.
Yeah.
What should I talk about right now? Ask me anything. People want to convince.
I hope they don't send just one pair.
You have any water? Any more water than that?
Yeah, there's Saratoga right here.
Someone said, hi, Chi. It's Ruby from high school. Chairman Chi. Comrade Chi.
All right, let's get back to the news for the time being. As I try to put a dent in this food while using my hands. We're talking about the nationwide anti-Trump protests.
Yeah.
And did you attend?
I did not attend.
Damn.
I'm so sorry. I had some work in the district.
That's cool. You're pro-Trump. You're pro-Andrew Cuomo. I'm learning a lot about you today.
Leftist for Cuomo. Leftist for Trump.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
It's already clipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. They're fucking up the country. Absolutely not endorsing Andrew Cuomo. Saying that on the record. You think someone's gonna clip that if I ever run for Congress, right?
Anti-Italian.
Oh yeah. You hear about my anti-Italian gate?
No, what happened?
I got put on the cover of the Daily News because I was in a city council hearing, and I was questioning the parks commissioner about this contractor that the city works with called Dragonetti. And Dragonetti, for various different types of fraud for the work that they do in the city. Mm-hmm. And I said to the commissioner that Dragonetti, like that name in and of itself, should have been a red flag for the city to contract with them. And I was just saying that because I thought it was like Dragon Eddie. I didn't know that it was, an Italian name. I also heard that like online they committed some type of fraud, and the Italian community came after me. They said that I was generalizing an Italian name and saying that because it sounded Italian that they were participating in fraud and things like that. And they put a picture of me looking chunky on the Daily News.
That's messed up.
Yeah. But I'm good with Italians now.
No. What you did is messed up.
What I did is messed up?
You were engaged since Luigi Mangione. I've
this is before Luigi.
Yeah, I've squashed my beef with the Italians since Luigi Mangione. So
I'm pro Italy. I'm pro Italians. Not Cuomo, but I apologize to the Italian community for that mistake. This is my formal apology to the
Wait, you
Italian.
didn't even apologize?
This is my formal apology to the Italian X community for that mistake. And I don't think they're doing contracts for the city anymore.
Like that
you remember seeing that?
I do. Yeah.
It was a terrible picture. It was my first
Jack,
cover
you
though.
Pull it up?
I'm literally eating with my hands. Fuck this. I can't
Did you not find utensils? Oh, you called, right?
No.
Do they get it?
Can they pick it?
Yes. We get to decide who is in Congress.
Democratic Congressman Eric Swalwell of California among those to rally.
What's the plan?
We have to show fight. We have to fight on the inside as loudly as folks here are fighting on the outside. Otherwise, they'll lose hope.
Now, in the slashing of the federal workforce, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said some of his department's programs would soon be reinstated after they were cut by mistake. But Kennedy is walking back previous comments about how many jobs would return, leaving that question still unclear.
All right, Christian Cordero, thank you.
In the shadow of the Washington Monument, a symbol of America's democracy, they gathered in protest against the president.
Is this you? You're in this clip?
Stand tall!
Maybe.
In every state!
Probably not.
No, you're talking about Palestine.
Yeah, they, if you notice, look at the hands off.
They have NATO in there?
Weren't they like hands off NATO and then nothing about Palestine?
They, I mean, that was like the organizers that put that forward.
Yeah.
And I think that was obviously very stupid. It was like dumb lib shit. But I don't think the people that participated in the hands off protests were like overall, they weren't there to fucking defend NATO. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's a weird sneak.
Maybe to like defend Ukraine. There was definitely like pro-Ukrainian sentiment, but But that's understandable, and it's different than being like, I love NATO.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the people that participated in these protests, like, they also were like, they were pro-Palestine. Like, I don't think these guys were anti-Palestine by any measure. It's just that the organizers deliberately carved that out.
I also saw a tweet today that was like, the messaging around hands off NATO, like, isn't that what Trump's essentially doing, right? He's not even supporting any of NATO's efforts in, you know, intervening with Ukraine. Shouldn't it be hands on NATO in that case?
More NATO.
More NATO?
Well, hands off in that, let it keep doing its thing.
Yeah.
Keep NATOing.
Keep NATOing. But is he hands on with NATO right now?
No.
Kind of.
Well, I think he's hands on in terms of talking about taking away funding streams for all of these things, or like that the United States is not going to be participating.
Yeah, I think
don't take away my protection racket. I'll be so sad. Don't do it. I love NATO.
Do you actually?
Yeah, Hasan's a big NATO.
No.
What?
He is a.
Sorry.
He talks about it all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Should I have known that before coming on here?
I am as anti-imperialist as you can get.
Me too.
Yeah. So no, I'm not a fan of NATO.
His trade war was the final straw for these people. They say he's targeting working Americans, migrants, and community groups.
I find what is happening in our government so appalling and so immoral. I mean, that's really why I feel like I need to be here.
I finally reached the breaking
Did
point.
you see that white lady like dragging the body of Trump yesterday?
No.
She had like this like fake body of she was like, I'm bringing Trump's ass out of the White House.
I love
like a wine mom just like dragging a fake body. No, not in a violent way.
No, I love like radical grandmas. Like I'm not even kidding. They're like, they got more smoke. It's like, it reminds me of the Tom Tillis voicemails.
Who's that?
That he like released, the North Carolina Republican who released the death threats that he was receiving. And it's like so clearly 75-year-old like veteran retirees that are like, I will find your house. This is my government name and address.
Yeah.
I will find where you live and kill you.
Yeah.
Kill you in the most violent ways possible.
Wasn't like, I saw a lady like wearing the defend, dispose, deny, defend, dispose hat. Like the liberals are maybe turning a new leaf.
Yeah, she had a keffiyeh on too.
Yeah, she had a keffiyeh.
Anymore. We win the long distance award. I came here from Hawaii.
Look at our country. It's embarrassing, like genuinely embarrassing to be like an American right now.
There were protests in 1,000 cities across all 50 states.
We shall overcome.
A nationwide act of defiance that can't have gone unnoticed. But Donald Trump appeared focused on other things, reading headlines about China's tariffs on his way to the golf course. These people are pushing back against what they describe as the most brazen power grab in history. But President Trump's press secretary says anyone who thinks he's going to be deterred by protests like these is living under a rock.
Opposition. Like, haven't you noticed? He doesn't give a shit about anything. He's trying to kill his base. Why would he even care about people outside of his base? You know what I mean? The golfing thing is crazy. I said this the other day. I was like, he's moving like a man who knows there's no more elections.
Yeah. Was that you who tweeted that?
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah, he seems like he's pretty comfortable. Did you see that? I don't know if I'm on to. Did you see that Simpsons video?
April 12th or something? I haven't seen the Simpsons video, but I've seen people reference it, like that there will be a high profile political assassination on April 12th or something. Is that what it is? I don't know.
Yeah, that was going viral on TikTok, but I mean, like, I hope that doesn't happen, of course. Like, no,
it's AI. Someone's saying it's fake AI.
What, the video?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's AI. Just no political violence in this country, right?
There's already a lot of political violence, G.
There's a lot of political violence in this country. That's true. Like that lady that punched the interviewer in the face.
Just good stuff.
That's what's so fucking funny about like Trump doing this though, like disrupting his own base, because like the overwhelming amount of political violence comes from the right.
Yeah.
Both of the people that attempted to kill Donald Trump were either former Trump voters like Ryan Ruth, who's not dead, he's alive. I was about to say rest in power to my goat. That's the #1 NATO voter. We love him. He is he has a very important place in this community. And also the other fucking freak incel dude who was like a registered Republican.
Is that the one who missed?
Yeah, that's the one.
He's dead, right?
Yeah, oh, he's very dead. Yeah. He dead as fuck.
Did they kill him on site?
Oh, they fucking, I saw it.
Yeah. You were there?
No, yeah, I was the one. Yeah, I was in his ear. I was a scout sniper. Yeah, I was a scout sniper.
Hasan was on the grassy knoll, not hitting his shots again.
No.
Literally.
Yeah, they're.
I
wasn't
like,
even talking about that. I mean, like, you know, like, yes, you, of course you're correct what you're saying. I also just mean like the political violence that is imposed upon people in this country.
Yeah, no, like there's structural violence.
Yeah, structural violence.
That's a concept.
100%.
Yeah, I just meant that like him pissing off his own base increases the likelihood that he might get harmed by his own base tenfold. Those are the guys who do the violence. Those are the people you're not supposed to piss off, and he's pissing them off, I think.
Yeah.
Not the cultists. Like, there's a lot of loyalists who think like, nah, you don't understand, brother. It's gonna be great one day.
Wait.
He's just doing this right now, but it'll be so much better.
Do you think he's losing a lot of his base, or like a couple percentage points of people?
Wait a couple weeks, and we'll talk about that. Because right now it's like a little bit.
Did you see what Musk posted apparently yesterday
About the tariffs?
about the counter protest?
That they're paid?
No, about the pro Elon protest.
Is he calling for one, or was there?
No, like he shared a video. Ah, fuck. I don't know. They'll maybe chat. We'll have it.
Chat. What is Lolo making up?
I'm not making it up. Elon posted a video. Did he not yesterday?
Was it AI?
No, it was like a group of people that were in a pro.
What the hell is this guy making up again, chat?
Pro Elon protest. Come on, am I right?
He tweeted it.
Oh my god, am I wrong? Chat, where's the link?
It said Lolo flopping.
Another Lolo flop.
They're not even trying to do it.
Because it doesn't exist.
It does exist.
Sure. Oh, he's pulling it out.
Elon deletes his tweets a lot, though, right?
Hold on.
Elon Musk deletes his tweets.
Bro, there's 31,000 people in here, and not a single one, not a single person posted a link.
Someone said this.
This question mark? Let's see. This better be real. I hope it's real for your sake, or else I'm gonna make fun of you.
I mean, if you took the people of Italy, and you teleported the people of Italy to say,
is this what you're talking about?
Some part of the United States.
Is this it?
No.
It would still be Italy. But if you teleported a bunch of people from some other part of the world to Italy, where they're telling people no longer because they've been teleported to America.
But you gotta turn it off.
Then,
I can't listen to him.
Yeah, I don't even. It's not even the video that we want to watch.
I just love the brilliant nature of Elon. He's so smart. Exposed anti-Elon protests are staged, paid, and busted and scripted.
June posted it on Blue Sky.
This has 11,000 likes. Let's look at these. I want to see.
Me and Gabe took about a 30-minute break, and we went back to the hotel to recharge. When we come back, and this place is dead. Take a look. Like, not a single protester in sight. And just 20 to 30 minutes ago, it was completely packed with protesters. So, one of two things. Either A,
because they marched somewhere else.
Yeah, where are the protests moving?
Because they walked somewhere else.
I mean, the protests.
No.
You fucking idiot.
How long were you guys there yesterday? The whole day?
No, we got paid and we left.
Yeah, we got paid and left. Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
You got paid for your check.
As soon as it hit the bank, I was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Once that Soros check clears.
Bro, these, like, there is, oh my God. Every time I hear, like, a Republican commentator or, like, a wannabe influencer who wants to make a name for themselves talk about issues in, like, the dumbest ways possible, where it is not even a fucking Google search that can immediately solve this issue. It's just, like, thinking clearly for a brief moment, as Alex just mentioned. I realize that there are tens of thousands, not millions of people that think exactly like that and think that that's brilliant. So at a certain point, it's like, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter. Who's doing critical thinking now? No one. It doesn't matter. Also, this guy looks like you.
They were paid and their
A little
time
bit.
was gone. You know, they're off work. They get to go.
I'm sorry.
Or B,
The pearl
they're
necklace,
literally
too.
just a cult and they all left at once. Like, it's one of the two options. You tell me.
Is it pearl?
So me and
That's kinda
Gabe
your
took about a
vibe,
30
right?
I
minute.
don't have a pearl necklace.
I feel like you're a pearl necklace.
I do.
Oh, they're getting bussed in by George Soros.
Yeah.
How'd you guys get there? The Soros bus?
He flew in on George Soros.
On George Soros' private jet.
I said, Georgie, send me the jet. He said, say no more, fam.
Loomer Unleashed. God. That's
It's so cool that she has the presidency here.
That she has the what?
The presidency here.
No, she has the president's heart.
True. Okay, never mind. When you put it like that, it's kind of nice.
Laura is a free spirit.
Have you ever met her? She been on the stream?
No, ew.
Laura, come here.
You don't ever bring conservatives on the stream?
I do sometimes, but like
Not the ghouls.
very, very rarely.
Yeah.
I'd rather go meet them in like a third area. Like I don't want to fucking bring them to my
In your
house.
home, yeah.
But
Christian Walker.
Yeah, Christian Walker's the only one, and I turned him woke.
That's
like,
Christian Walker's my tether. I
made him woke. A lot of people forget that
No,
he's
he
woke
loves
now.
you.
He's fucking woke now.
I got my birthday a couple years ago. 2 friends independently got me cameos from Christian Walker. And he was like, I hope you don't run as a ghetto BLM leftist in your pursuit to be a city council member, but happy birthday.
I can't believe you disappointed him by doing just that.
Crazy.
That's really fucked up that you disappointed my boy Christian Walker.
But I feel like he has a journey in him where he's going to come out as full leftist, or at least...
He kind of has been because of his dad, like how much of a deadbeat Herschel was.
Yeah.
That he's like, oh, everyone's defending my dad,
Yeah.
and he fucking
And
sucks.
he doesn't even make conservative content anymore, right? It's all like...
he just does like
leave
gay-
your man.
He just
leave
does
your
gay
man.
shit.
He actually he's inherently just like a very gay person, but like he hasn't been posting that much gay shit as much as he used to.
Oh,
he used
no,
to be
I-
like he used to be like
full
backflipping. He used to be doing like
Yeah, no,
flips
I
down
just
the
meant that
beach.
he's like gay, and
He's gay as
most
hell.
of the content and
Hasan's
his
a bigot.
most of the content and his interests revolve around.
I think it's less gay content. It's more like girl.
I haven't really watched any of his later stuff,
it's-
but back in the day, he would go to Starbucks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like that's what I mean.
and beef with Kalani.
Yeah,
I miss him though.
You guys should collab.
Me and Christian Walker.
Yeah.
he watches.
He watches. I like asked him a question on like one of his spaces once. I think it was like during the Herschel when he was like talking shit about his dad. And I was like, I'm a big fan, blah 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 blah. And the New York Times like was writing it up as in me endorsing Christian Walker and his beliefs. But I just love his energy.
You were, and I am too.
I think he's hilarious. Someone said my household at Quincy and Bed-Stuy. Oh.
So the reason for why they're saying this. Oh, also I got to show you guys the Loomer freak. So Laura Loomer obviously looks like Jigsaw, and it's like weird. It's really scary. That's why I said ew at first, because like I don't want to ever be around her because I feel like she
bites.
She's something that I would. She just looks like something that was concocted for a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like if
Laura, don't look me in the eyes.
Yeah.
You know I don't like it when you look back.
Wow.
She looks like she bites. She's
gross.
She's scary as fuck.
So, but Laura apparently is not the only one who is a freak in that crew.
I watched this.
This guy's name is Charles. First of all, down to the fucking name, I like look, not on some ableism shit, but like I genuinely when I first encountered this, I was like, oh, this is like a right-wing reactionary guy who's like doing a mockery. Like he's being ableist by like naming himself Charles R. Downs, like real funny, dude. And then I watched a video and he just looks so fucked up. Like his face looks so fucked up.
Why are you making me watch
His mannerisms look so fucked up.
Did you see?
No, I didn't see
Have you heard him?
No.
Oh, this
Why
is
are you
a
making me
treat.
do this?
No. You cannot watch this video and tell me that he is not like, this is not like a joke. Like, this isn't satire. But apparently it's not. Here, let's take a look. The way he sounds too. Like he sounds like he's doing voice acting for
vest.
He sounds like he's doing voice acting for Big Mouth. Look at this.
Well, the media is going to act like there was some major anti-Trump protest in Washington, D.C. today. But the reality is, it's fake. They're all busting on buses. Like
they're all busting on buses.
I think you guys are.
Someone said chuck down.
I think you guys are
No, they need
we don't know what he had.
they need to send him to the leper colony, dude. What are you talking about? I'm being mean. No, it's mean to let him just. It's mean that
How
people.
many followers does this guy
It's
have?
mean that they're encouraging him to look like this in public.
Go to his. How many?
It's
followers?
mean.
Did you do any
How many followers does
Did
he
you
have?
do any research? Is he actually like he's on a parody?
No,
account?
I didn't want to like follow through on this because it was just gonna hurt me more.
Someone said chuck downs.
Yeah.
Why he has like 18,000 likes on
66,000 followers.
I mean, yeah, this is a real guy, bro. This is a fucking no fake.
Can we go to another one of his videos?
Like behind me. Stay tuned for Laura Loomer's exclusive footage.
Stay tuned.
Also fruity as hell.
It's just like genuinely, it feels like someone is doing a bit about the hashtag soy right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it turns out it's not a bit. This is a real guy.
Yeah.
That will show that a lot of the anti-Trump protesters in D.C. were literally busting. You know, it's really funny. We caught the left busting protesters into the Kamala Harris rally back in October. Then we caught the left busting protesters into Kamala Harris's Las Vegas rally, also last October. So I don't understand why the left thinks they can continue to bust people into Washington, D.C. and important events to astroturf a crowd and don't think Laura and I are going to catch them. We caught you.
Ah, he's scary.
Is he? So
He's
is
Laura's
like,
henchman.
He's kind of he's like a henchman for Laura.
Yeah.
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
He's like a guy that she sends out.
Like Laura's Gollum.
Like Hades. No, it's like Hades and those two little guys from the Hercules.
Bro, you can't tell me this
haven't seen
isn't.
it
You
so long.
cannot tell me this is a like.
You know, he even kind of looks like the guy.
He looks like.
Pull it up.
He looks like a
chat. Pull it up.
He looks like he is a person who's a major fan of Rick and Morty and simultaneously a Rick and Morty character.
He fucking looks like Morty.
He's a loomer goon.
He looks like adult Morty.
He's a goon. Oh, jeez, Laura.
They're busting them in.
Wait, can you?
I want to see more of his videos.
Can you pull up the?
I think it should be illegal to be this repulsive. Like you should figure it out. I'm sorry.
I think he's got a nice smile.
Mr. Poopy Pants.
Can you pull up the fucking goons?
What?
Look up
what
the
goons?
Hades goons.
I can't. I'm eating.
We're watching him while you're eating.
I can only click. Yeah, I know. It's already difficult enough as it is.
No, not no.
Found his selfie with Laura.
It's Laura and him.
Yeah. Once he trimmed that baby fat off, it just went in the opposite direction.
Oh. He is Morty. He literally is Morty.
Here he is in a suit.
God, the frown is insane.
Why does he always start with the millennial pause, but also it's
so long.
It's so long. A massive anti-Trump, as you can see behind me, anti-Supreme Court protest organized by Planned Parenthood and the Women's March is happening right now outside the Supreme Court of the United States. As you can see, the liberals are, I guess you could say, big fans of mine. Big fans.
No, they don't know who you are.
They're scared by you.
And also, you're a freak.
They're goons.
He's
a goon.
Okay, we got
No? Oh, they don't like it.
No.
Okay, never mind, chat. You don't think so?
No, he sounds like Mr. Poopy Butt from Rick and Morty, or like any other like
Mr.
Rick
Poopy
and Morty
Butthole.
character. Mr. Poopy Butthole, is that his name? Mr. Poopy Butthole?
Yeah.
Not Mr. Poopy Butt. He sounds like Mr. Poopy Butthole. Cheese. What do you think? Cheese, Rick. Can't do the impression.
Oh man, I don't have any other words. He's just so fucking repulsive.
No.
Growing,
we won't
though,
be called ableist,
many-
right? We don't.
I
we
get
didn't
called
say, yeah.
ableist all the fuck time. I don't give a shit.
I'm not ableist.
Could have fooled me.
Yeah, no, I
Could have fooled me, chat.
I'm just laughing at that guy for his.
He's disappointed. That's why he hangs out with you. He's like, because you are ableist.
Me?
No, you're not ableist.
Against you?
No, he hangs
Against
out.
me, yeah, 'cause I
he
have,
hangs out with you because you are ableist. And now that you said you're not, he's sad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I have ADHD.
How's the baklava?
It's good.
Yeah.
You want some?
A little bite, maybe.
This food is amazing.
Is it?
Yeah. I wish I got the chicken kebab, more chicken kebab though.
Are we gonna go to?
He's still refusing to be silenced.
I don't know.
We have to speak out, we have to act, we have to do something because this is not America.
What do you say to people who would argue that the people have already spoken in that President Trump won the election?
Some people have spoken and then some people have not. And those.
Did you find a Chinese person to accompany us?
Yeah,
Bro,
she's
I'm
coming.
literally Chinese.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my friend Ashley is coming.
I don't like that you're undermining. I don't like that you're undermining his Chinese background.
I didn't.
Yes,
I
you
said.
are.
I don't like that you're undermining
one whole
my
Chinese person.
I don't like that you're
Chad, we
undermining.
don't have one whole Chinese person.
You gotta stop Asian hate, bro.
Yeah.
Right here, right now.
I'm trying to.
I don't like that you're undermining my Chinese background either. It's fucked up.
Chad, it's not my fault. They were being ableist, both of them.
Okay,
saw
that's crazy.
it.
I was not being ableist at all.
I will.
History will vindicate me, Chad.
You got 2 Chinese people here in Chinatown.
You guys are not 2 Chinese people.
We're like half a Chinese person, right? Or are you like a?
He is like. I can't even say it. I was gonna say something that I would get in trouble about.
What were you gonna say?
I'll whisper it. No, actually, I'm not gonna say it.
Look at him.
What were
He's
you
so
gonna say?
excited to be problematic.
No, I can't.
He's so excited to be problematic.
I can't say it. I can't say
You baby. Say it with your chest.
I won't say it.
He says way worse things offline, chat.
I believe it.
That's not true. Hasan says the F slur in private.
You
all the
do?
time.
I
All
mean,
the time.
the
All
F
the
slur
time,
is
Chad.
having like the same comeback
At
as
him.
At him.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's
Everyone.
I don't know. I'm a little more lenient about that one.
No, I don't say it.
No, it's okay if you do. Say it on the stream right now.
I will
Say it
get
right
back.
now. Ready?
You have
3,
one permission.
2, 1, go.
Not today.
You said. I remember because you said.
They're saying Stragget these days. You heard that slur?
Stragget?
Oh yeah, drag it. Yes.
Yeah.
Can you say that?
It's my word.
You're allowed to use that one.
Yeah, that's our word. Oh.
I'm gonna have a post article tomorrow about me saying
That would be
Stragget.
really cool. Yeah.
Saying Stragget?
Just about Stragget. Yeah. Wait. Let's go to. Wait. Is this open? You wanna? Let's go here.
Is that the arcade?
Bro, you really want to go to this fucking place?
Sounds loud.
Hundreds of thousands across the globe.
I
Bro,
can't,
it's crazy. Look at how white and old they are.
well, I
It's
can't get
wild.
over how white and old they were singing "We Shall Overcome."
Yeah, they're woke, dude.
Is that not? I don't know. Is that like that's kind of weird, right?
It is a strange juxtaposition. When you got like the most Barbara ass crowd singing "We Shall Overcome" is like,
and they're offbeat too. Wouldn't want it any other way.
Yeah, they're allies.
Are taking part in demonstrations today against U.S. President Donald
this is in
Trump and
Germany.
his close ally, Elon Musk.
Tesla, stop it!
Ben!
Oh man.
Hi!
I will not be silent.
It'd be funny if they did "We Shall Overcome."
I know. We shall overcome. We shall overcome. I would love for them to do that. I'll give them permission to sing "We Shall Overcome" in Germany. The licensing credit.
What is this? Hands off. Slag Max says, hands off and 5501 are call out the bullshit to make left-leaning people feel good about themselves. The more productive and revolutionary routes are being overshadowed by them. And it is our goal to bring these protests towards us. These liberals will burn themselves out and lose hope if it continues like this, which is the Democratic plan. Yeah, I mean, it's a... I think they're getting ahead of it by this time instead of doing just like hate can't wait, or was it 8 can't wait?
The abolition thing.
Yeah. In an effort to like counter the Black Lives Matter demands that were being made from the streets, this time they're like, we'll do our own protest. But it's like indivisible. Like they're libbed up. Mm-hmm. Like the people that are throwing these protests are libbed up for sure. But I don't think necessarily the people that are participating are as libbed up. Like if they want motion, they want momentum, they'll glaze Cory Booker and stuff for doing anything. But having said that, I think that if you were to ask them individually, like what they think about Gaza or what they think about healthcare, like they probably have a lot more radical of a perspective than what is demonstrated by the Democratic Party. So I don't necessarily mind these sorts of initiatives. I'm not going to like cast it aside, especially when there's millions of people protesting. And I'm not going to hand it to the organizers and give them the victory here and act like those people were out on the streets exclusively for hands off NATO, you know?
Titled Hands Off, the movement aims to protest Trump and Musk's policies on government downsizing, the economy, human rights, and a host of other issues. In Frankfurt, demonstrators marched through the city center with signs. And in Berlin, they gathered outside a Tesla showroom.
Grandmas are, well, not in Germany, but in America, grandmas are about to start torching Elbit Systems buildings down. You know, they're ready to go, dude. They're radicalized. I'm telling you. I feel it.
A group gathered for a demonstration also in downtown Lisbon.
You're here. Freedom is at stake in the United States and for the whole world with what Donald Trump is doing. And we need to stand up. We need to raise our voices. We need to be heard. We need to make sure that everybody knows that we will not accept this type of injustice.
I will not be silenced.
The Trump government is taking the USA into basically Germany of the 1930s. It's that simple. He's attacking the press. He's attacking universities. He's trying to tell people what they should teach their children in school.
This is why I get so mad at the Dems. For the Democrats, by and large, in the National Party, are so worried about ever coming across like they're even remotely critical of Israel that they won't even fucking talk about the college campus shit. Like, that's insane, dude.
Yeah.
This is exactly the type of stuff that, like, squishy libs who are educated, have college educations, have, like, decent amount of wealth, like, income, higher income overall. That is the type of shit that those squishy libs care about. That is literally the center, the epicenter of your base. If you can't even criticize Donald Trump actively taking over Columbia and creating the standards for academic receivership exactly in the same ways that the Nazis did, by the way. If you can't even fucking criticize that because you're so worried that it's going to come across like you're being critical of Israel or defending someone who is anti-Israel, you've lost it. You've lost the sauce. This is why they lost the fucking election. It's so frustrating. I'm so mad at Columbia, too, for capitulating. And Harvard as well.
Yeah.
He's taking...
What's your school? How do you feel about that?
You gonna burn your degree?
Columbia? No, I'll be serious. Yeah, it's awful. I mean, I don't know if you saw... I mean, you probably didn't see. The most recent... So now what they've been doing is because all the presidents have been getting, like, kicked out of Columbia pretty much, or, like, they get removed from the board, there's a new interim president, and... she sent like a long email being like, "We're listening, we hear you," you know, that kind of stuff. And the first half, I mean, it like hit my inbox because I'm an alum, and like the first half of it was just talking about like anti-Semitism. And to be perfectly clear, and like everybody knows, but just like to say, like obviously
there's a lot of anti-Semitism on Columbia campus coming from the student protest movement.
No, it's like obviously
those bad Jews. Those bad Jews need to go away.
You're such an asshole.
That's a statement. It's my lawyer. He told me. Go ahead.
Such a piece of shit. I don't know. Like what the?
Go on. I'm sorry.
No, it's just. It was. I mean, I think you've said something to this effect before, which is that Columbia basically, you know, they stripped them of $400 million in funding.
Yeah.
Threatened, right?
No, they froze it pretty much, right?
Yeah.
And they said if you don't do A, B, C, D. You're not getting this funding back. And that stuff included things like a federal receivership over the Middle Eastern studies and like African studies division, which
and
means
Asian studies,
they would basically have someone coming in like literally 1984 style to like look over their curriculum, what they were teaching, everything like that.
The Nazis literally did this, by the way. That's not even
So they had that. They had, you know, them incorporating new definitions of anti-Semitism, which would include things like, you know, criticism of the state of Israel, blah, 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 like all of these, you know, hodgepodge of things. And what we've already seen, and I feel like I'm beating a dead horse because I'm sure you have said something to this effect, Hasan, but like we've already seen that they can do, Columbia University specifically, but all these universities, exactly what this administration... They sent in SWAT raids, right? I mean, I was there. I was across the street when Hamilton Hall...
With the SRG.
Yes. I was across the street when that happened. I literally watched it happen. They had like a $4 million SWAT vehicle.
Ridiculous.
With probably like 40 or 50 guys fully decked out in like 60 pounds of gear, going into this place with like 19-year-old kids... who are armed with like nothing. I mean, like,
they even fired a shot.
Well,
they accidentally discharged their weapon.
Eric Adams' donors were like calling him up and asking him to like use that force.
It happened within 48 hours of them taking over that building, a single building on Columbia's campus. And I'll remind people that in 1968, when the students like took over the entire campus at Columbia University, they took over the fucking campus.
Yeah.
Like they had complete control over it.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm friendly with people who were involved in it. I've been friendly with people on the opposite side. Some of my friends who have gotten arrested for doing stuff, attacking Elbit Systems in New Hampshire, who have taken a more radical approach. Like, they all have different points of view on how this stuff works. But the fact is, they cracked down super, super hard.
Yeah.
That still wasn't enough for this administration. Nothing is ever going to be enough for them until it's the point of, here is your curriculum. Here is what you teach to people. Here is what you think. Here's what's acceptable to say.
Yeah. Because it's not done to eradicate a real problem. The problem itself is completely made up. Anti-Semitism, specifically coming from the anti-Israel protests, is an entirely made-up issue. It's not a real issue at all. And for that purpose, they've also tacked on a whole bunch of nonsensical shit, like, oh, they're stopping Jews from going to class, like whatever kind of ridiculous bullshit they were lying about. And that's it. So if there's no real problem there and you just made up that problem, it's the same parallel with immigration. If an undocumented migrant does a heinous crime on U.S. soil, they get prosecuted. Under the Biden administration, under every administration, they get prosecuted, they either get thrown in jail or they get deported. But these guys make it seem like they don't get prosecuted at all, and they just roam the streets freely after doing like a rape or something.
Yeah.
And when and the reason why they do that, the reason why they make this problem up, is because they want to do mass deportations. And the same thing goes for eradicating the First Amendment and you know, stopping people from ever saying anything that's remotely critical of not just Israel, but I think the Trump administration as well.
Yeah.
They've already denied a French researcher entry into the country because they searched through his phone and he was talking shit about Trump, like revoking academic grants, and that was enough for them to be like, no, this is dangerous. That's unacceptable.
They are searching people's phones like often now as you enter the country, even if you're not a green card holder or, you know, even if you're just a U.S. citizen, they're looking through people's phones. Yeah. I mean, this is absolutely just a systems test, right? If he could do this to Columbia, he can do it to any university in the country, right? Even like
exactly what this administration. They sent in SWAT raids, right? I mean, I was there. I was across the street when Hamilton
with the SRG.
Yes, I was across the street when that happened. I literally watched it happen. They had like a $4 million SWAT vehicle,
ridiculous,
with probably like 40 or 50 guys fully decked out in like 60 pounds of gear, going into this place with like 19-year-old kids. Who are armed with like nothing. I mean, like,
they even fired a shot. They accidentally discharged their weapon.
Yeah. Eric Adams' donors were like calling him up and asking him to like use that force.
It happened within 48 hours of them taking over that building, a single building on Columbia's campus. And I'll remind people that in 1968, when the students like took over the entire campus at Columbia University, they took over the fucking campus. Like, they had complete control over it. And you know, I'm friendly with people who were involved in it. I've been friendly with people on the opposite side. Some of my friends who have gotten arrested for doing stuff, attacking Elbit Systems in New Hampshire, who have taken a more radical approach. Like, they all have different points of view on how this stuff works. But the fact is, they cracked down super, super hard. That still wasn't enough for this administration. Nothing is ever going to be enough for them until it's the point of, here is your curriculum. Here is what you teach to people. Here is what you think. Here's what's acceptable to say.
Yeah, because it's not done to eradicate a real problem. The problem itself is completely made up. Anti-Semitism, specifically coming from the anti-Israel protests, is an entirely made up issue. It's not a real issue at all. And for that purpose, they've also tacked on a whole bunch of nonsensical shit, like, oh, they're stopping Jews from going to class, like whatever kind of ridiculous bullshit they were lying about. And that's it. So if there's no real problem there and you just made up that problem, it's the same parallel with immigration. If an undocumented migrant does a heinous crime on U.S. soil, they get prosecuted. Under the Biden administration, under every administration, they get prosecuted, they either get thrown in jail or they get deported. But these guys make it seem like they don't get prosecuted at all, and they just roam the streets freely after doing like a rape or something.
Yeah.
And when there's and the reason why they do that, the reason why they make this problem up is because they want to do mass deportations. And the same thing goes for eradicating the First Amendment and you know, stopping people from ever saying anything that's remotely critical of not just Israel, but I think the Trump administration as well.
Yeah.
They've already denied a French researcher entry into the country because they searched through his phone and he was talking shit about Trump, like revoking academic grants. And that was enough for them to be like, no, that's dangerous. That's unacceptable.
They are searching people's phones like often now as you enter the country, even if you're not a green card holder or, you know, even if you're just a U.S. citizen, they're looking through people's phones. I mean, this is absolutely just a systems test, right? If he could do this to Columbia, he can do it to any university in the country, right? Even like whatever. If he's putting Columbia in their place, like what is, you know, a state school or a city school?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, how are they going to react when the federal administration comes down on them?
I think what we need to do is we need to start taxing Columbia's land.
Oh, absolutely. 300,000%.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So we have you on that?
No, 100%. Yeah. I mean, it'll defund Columbia even more, even though I guess they're getting their $400 million back.
Well, they have a multi-billion-dollar endowment.
And they have alums that are going to continue supporting them, you know, with money. And I'm sure some of those alums are supportive of what's happening with what Donald Trump is doing to Columbia. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, probably threatening themselves.
No, it was literally, that was the reason why they were down with sending the counterterrorism unit into campus.
Yeah.
Is because of the group chat.
Yeah, they were telling Eric Adams to do that.
That's so insane, by the way. That is like literally fucking David Duke shit.
The fact that we like fucking know that too, and like that hasn't become a bigger deal than what it already is.
Like what?
Where's your key?
It's over there. It's like that fat circular thing. It has like.
Where are you going?
I'll be back.
I think he's
getting his friend.
He didn't like that we were not Chinese
enough. Sorry, we're not Chinese enough for you.
No, it's like kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
He's undermining both of our Chinese status.
Yeah, it's all good. It happens all the time.
Yeah, he's like, this is what a real Chinese looks like. That's what he's going to do.
They don't even keep me involved in the AAPI caucus in the city council, so I'm used to it. But yeah, it's a systems test, you know? He's going to make a example out of Columbia and just do it
do the Harvard
across the country. Though he did it to Harvard already?
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, like,
he said he was looking at the grants for Harvard, and Harvard quietly went to the administration and fired their Middle Eastern Studies dean.
It's ridiculous.
This Turkish dude is like a very famous academic. And he wasn't even there. He wasn't even at Harvard. He was on leave.
I didn't know
for
that.
the year, and they fucking fired him.
Is he threatening funding from Harvard as well, or is it okay?
He said we were going to look into Harvard. Harvard literally went to the president the next day
and gave in.
Yeah.
Anyways, do you think
what you're talking about is happening at every college campus already?
Do you think Columbia and Harvard or any school that capitulates to the president is going to lose enrollment or folks who want to go to those schools?
No.
Or do you think they're going to have no problem with that?
No, because a lot of people want to go to these schools anyway, so they're like, oh, great, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I get to be a part of this prestigious institution.
Yeah.
What will, however, happen, I think, slowly but surely, is the brain drain.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a foreign student and you're coming to the United States of America, and the government is actively threatening you and saying that, like, we will send you to the El Salvador slave labor camp, then fuck no. Why would you ever come here? What the hell?
Jeez.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't think I saw like an article yesterday that was like these schools are tainting their legacies and it's going to affect enrollment, but affect enrollment. I don't believe that's going to happen, But maybe when Trump is out of office, if that day comes and we get some more Democratic leadership in this country, maybe they'll look like asses. And
no, don't worry. Columbia will put another placard up like they did with the '68 protesters.
Yeah. And
their mistreatment.
And then they make it a staple of who they are. Like we allow students to speak up for themselves and to make changes across the world and country. But yeah, it's so fucked. It's fucked to like when like the Mahmoud Khalil stuff was happening. Like so many elected officials in New York City, in New York, were just quiet about the entire thing. You know what I mean? Not only are we seeing this like infringement come on our First Amendment rights from the right, but we have New York Democrats that are too chicken shit to speak up about this because they think that it will piss off, you know, the pro-Israel group of voters in the city.
But they're not like, they have no motion. They don't have the numbers.
Yeah.
They don't have the moral authority in this conversation.
Yeah.
They have the opposite of the moral authority.
I mean, I don't even think the governor of New York like put out a statement. I think she like spoke about it briefly at.
No, it's crazy. Dude, Cory Booker, man.
Yeah.
Fucking Cory Booker. Like, are you kidding me?
the week right after.
Are you fucking kidding me? You did 25 hours and you didn't mention that, like, they're black bagging students.
Well, not only did he not mention it, the next week he like voted for the arms funding.
Yeah,
so
and then
like,
he was like, "Yeah, this is what I'm doing."
Yeah, I was like waiting to see what the reaction of all of that would be. People were like, "He broke a record."
No, nobody
like,
gave a fuck because Trump also immediately dominated the news cycle because like his filibuster against no bill ended, and Trump imploded the global economy.
Right. Well, I mean, I guess it's bad for Trump anyway.
You want to know some irony? Barnard's Dining Hall has a whole ass mural in it about activism and protest and the history of activism. Yeah, that's not. I mean, that's what we're talking about.
So unsurprising. That's every fucking liberal institution in this country. That's like giving land acknowledgements and then like doing what they're doing.
Colombia loves talking about how fucking woke they are.
Hello. What's that Chinese friend?
No.
It's nice to meet you.
I'm sorry that you are being.